a short-term peace. I mean, I think it's good to follow up these initiatives, but let's be lucid. There is no willingness on the Russian side to have a peace and by the way, to have a robust and solid peace as we see fitted at this very moment. Having said that, what should we do on top of what was already said? First, continue our support to Ukraine. I want to commend all the colleagues for the contribution. We will work, but Ursula and Antonio will probably revert on our 90 billion package, but we will deliver that, no choice, because we committed and we had an agreement at the European Council. And as well on the energy front, thank you, Volodymyr, for sharing your request. We got a G7 leader statement on the war in Ukraine, and I will make sure that everybody has this G7 statement. And it is very clear as well on the support of the G7 on the energy side. And point taken on the air defense and your request on the short run. Second, pressure on Russia. So we will have to work hard on the 20th package of sanctions, follow up the effort as well with the US on what they do and what we are doing. And let me insist once again on the shadow fleet. Keir mentioned the very good figures we have. We had recent very good operations. Denmark as well on Saturday had very good operations. And I want to encourage colleagues to make more on that, because clearly disrupting shadow fleet activities is very efficient. And we see that we are completely killing the business model of these guys, obviously because the insurance costs are skyrocketing, but as well because when we take the substance, when we put penalties and so on, we kill the business model of this shadow fleet. So it's very important we do more. Yesterday we had a call with the NB8. Our Estonian colleagues had very good ideas. I don't want to be longer, but I think we have to follow up this effort and do much more. My last point, because I don't want to repeat what was already said by Volodymyr and Keir, is about the security guarantees. The job is being finalized by our SHOD. I think it's super important that now, based on our meeting beginning of January, we follow up till the end. And I encourage all colleagues to lift caveats in order to facilitate the planner's job. It's super important we finalize everything we agreed on in concrete terms in order to make it credible for a long and robust peace and a sustainable one, but as well because probably we will have to preempt and accelerate some of the key pillars of what we scheduled. But it's very important we provide in the days to come full clarity on operational issues regarding this point. I don't want to be longer. I want to thank you, Volodymyr, and thank all the colleagues being with you in Kiev, and to be sure that you can count on all of us in the beginning of this 5th year of the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine, and to clearly to share our solidarity and our commitment to your fellow citizens.
Emmanuel, thank you very much. Friedrich Merz is at a state funeral today, so he can't be with us, but he's done a short video, which I propose we play, because I think we're still got the media with us just for the time being. So can we set that up, please?
Dear Emmanuel, dear Keir, I thank you for convening today's meeting of the Coalition of the Willing. Dear Volodymyr, dear friends, I deeply regret that I cannot join you in person today due to the state funeral honoring our former President of Parliament and a towering figure in German democracy, Rita Süssmuth, so I have to stay in Berlin today. Now, today marks a somber milestone. For 4 long years, the Ukrainian people have defended not only their sovereignty, but the very foundations of the European peace order. We bow our heads in honor of the immense sacrifices made by Ukrainian soldiers and civilians alike. Their courage remains an inspiration to the entire world. Germany's commitment to Ukraine remains ironclad. Today, we are Ukraine's strongest supporter. For 2026, my government has increased our military support up to 11.5 billion euro. And we are rapidly deepening our defense industrial cooperation. In the European Union, we are working to operationalize the 90 billion euro loan so that the first disbursements can be made in April. Within this coalition, we are working to provide robust security guarantees to ensure that Ukraine never faces such aggression again. So we must be very clear. This war will only end when Putin realizes that he cannot win. That is why we must increase pressure on Russia. We must dry up Moscow's war funding. The 20th package of sanctions by the European Union has precisely this goal. Moscow is not as strong as it would like the world to think. Russia is not winning. So we will continue to work towards a lasting peace, a peace without forced territorial concessions that would reward aggression and underpinned by strong security guarantees. Security in Ukraine and security in Europe are inseparable. European security cannot be negotiated without Europeans at the table. We stand with Ukraine for freedom, for sovereignty, and for a secure Europe. Thank you to all of you, and have a good meeting today. Looking forward to see you next time.
Great, thank you very much. And now we'll go back live, as it were. Mark, can I bring you in just to give us the NATO perspective?
Yes, thank you, Keir and Emmanuel.